North, but we're diving to hell. Let's go. I'm just playing with you. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. So don't think anything negative by this. But today we are going to get into Found North Helldiver. This is a 15-year-old Canadian whiskey. Okay, and we're gonna get into this, and I'm gonna pour it in the glass right now so it can air out a little bit. And as you can see, this is a cheeky little sample bottle. It says not for resale. We're gonna talk about that as well. So, if you guys don't know Found North, why not? They are doing some amazing stuff in procuring, that was a hard word to say, procuring Canadian whiskey and doing it right. Now, there's a lot of Canadian whiskeys that are out there that are amazing, but a lot of them get stuck in Canada. So their Canadian whiskey is all over. They have single malt, they have all the things, and they have a really cool process of the way that they make their whiskey. So go check out my podcast I did about Canadian whiskey and take a look at that, because when they do a whiskey, like, it doesn't matter, and let's say they're going to blend it, obviously they can't make bourbon, right, because they're in Canada, not America. And so what they'll do is they will ferment, mash, distill corn, ferment, mash, distill rye, ferment, mash, distill wheat. You get what I'm saying? And then they will age them separately in separate barrels and then blend them back together later on. And that's exactly what Found North has done. So let's get into this one. And I'm sorry, I'm having to look at the front of this because obviously it's a small bottle, so the writing is pretty small. This is 85% corn, 14% rye, and 1% barley. Is 59.5% alcohol. And this was aged 15 years, and it was finished in New American oak, Cognac casks, and sherry casks. So Found North, those guys over there, they have a smaller operations. They are picking up barrels and doing exactly what the Canadians are doing. So each one of these blends that they make is hand blended by them. So they pick the corn whiskey, the rye whiskey, and the malt, and then they blend them together for their own liking. And this one they finished in-house. So let's get into it, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about Found North. Oh, wow. So it's bourbon-esque, right? It's bourbon-esque, but the finish is really coming through, especially the cognac, I guess. Oh man, that is so nice. It's a little perfumey in a good way. Sometimes you get finished whiskeys that they just taste too much, like too much. They're just too much. This is really balanced and soft. You still get that corn dustiness that you would get from a good bourbon, but it's softer and it's more approachable. And it's 59%, so you're like, man, that's pretty hot mama. But at the same time, it does not present like that. And then now on the back end, the sherry is coming in, and it's really enveloping my entire mouth, which is, man, it's really nice. It's really nice. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do it. I forgot to get my pen and paper because we are going to score this bad boy. Let me do that real fast. All right, we're back. I got a pen. I got some paper. We're going to make it work. So I'm going to dip it back into this again now that I've had a sip of it. Okay, so now the sherry's coming through, which is kind of strange, right? The cognac was coming through earlier. It's really nice. It's almost like plum, a little plum coming in there. The rye is actually peeking through a little bit as well. It's maybe a little bit baking spice, but not horribly. Not like you get with some bourbons. It's not overpowering. It's not. It's just like a dusting of nutmeg on top of it. You know what I mean? Wow, really nice. All right, so before I score, because then we'll have to have another drink, right? Before I score, let's talk a little bit more about Found North. And I'm going to be honest with you. They are producing some of the best Canadian whiskey I have had. And I've had some pretty good Canadian whiskey. I'm really excited for what they have. And I just released, by the time this comes out, I just released a podcast with it. Yeah, I did. And they sent over these samples for that. Here's the issue about getting a bottle. Okay, they don't have distributorship yet. They're working on that, but you can go to their website, get on a mailing list, and they will email you when a bottle. They'll say, "Hey, 9 o'clock in the morning, the bottle is going to go on sale on our website," kind of like Lost Lantern does, right? Well, the issue is the last bottling they had, the batch 9, I think it was, sold. They had 6,000 bottles to sell, right? It sold out in 90 seconds. Yeah, a minute and a half. They sold 6,000 bottles. And so good luck getting it, right? There's a bunch of people waiting in line for this. And what they're trying to do, and you're going to have to listen to the podcast, go to my podcast to find out more info. But what they are trying to do is up their batch sizes a little bit, but still not compromise on the flavor and the integrity of the brand, right? So this particular one here, the Helldiver, was a lottery, if I'm not mistaken. You had to be picked for it, or the wait list was a lot longer. And anyway, so they're working on things. They're trying to do different things to where more people can get their bottlings. Okay, so let's get into the score of this. And I do my scoring. If you've seen this, any of these videos that I've done, these review videos, I have 4 things that I critique: the nose, the taste, the palate, obviously, the finish, and would I buy again? Okay, so the last one's kind of a gimme on most of them, but okay. So on the nose, it's nice, it's light, and I will tell you this: I did not buy this, right? So that's the other thing that. And one other thing, just really fast. This kind of came into my head as I was trying to articulate the words. When I was talking to them over at Found North, they said that they don't use the nose of the whiskey to do their blending. They do it all off of palate. Now, obviously, you're going to get retro nasal, right? But they do it all off of palate. I thought that was very strange, but obviously, they know what they're doing, right? Because I have been taught and trained to, the nose is 70% of it. But obviously, they're doing something right with what they got, right? Wow. Okay. Cherry. Not cherry. Strawberry, maybe. Red fruit. We'll say red fruit. And then plum, raisin, maybe even some grape skins. Really nice. Really nice. I wasn't supposed to drink it. We're doing just the nose. So on the nose, I'm going to give that a 9. Yeah, I am. And it'll be up here, right on my face, like always. Editing me loves to just cover up my ugly mug. Okay, so on to the taste. Oh man. It's like walking into a florist shop and you're smelling all the different things, the roses, the hibiscus, all of the things, right? But then it has some citrus in it as well. A little bit of the baking spice actually comes through. It's like cinnamon, maybe even a little clove. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I am going to give that, man, it's still going. I'm going to give that an 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. I don't have fancy graphic for 0.5, so you just have to get the basic graphic. Wow. Okay, so now on to the finish, which means one more sip. Riveting video, right? A dude sitting here drinking whiskey in front of you. Hey, if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. And if you like it, let me know in the comments. I might not read your comment, but at least let me know in the comments. Okay, so on the finish, the new oak comes in. I can taste the new oak. It does have like not a barrel char, but like that barrel candy note to it. It's really viscous. It's clingy. It's not hot. For 59%, it's not hot. It's soothing to the tongue, almost effervescent, a little bit, not prickly, but like almost effervescent, and a little bit cooling, like a menthol or something like that. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to give that a 9. Yeah, it's excellent, excellent. So, would I buy again? Let me just think about that, and then I'll have some stupid graphic over my face right here saying "duh." Wow. Would I buy again? I think this might be the first. This might be the first since I've been doing this. I did not buy this sample, just to let you know, obviously. I did not buy that. That is a media sample that was sent to me for the podcast. So just understand that. I am going to give this a 10. Yep. I'm doing it. Fireworks, all the things, right? This is an amazing bottle. Now, we need to give it its final score. Let's figure. It took me way too long to calculate that. It should not have taken me that long to calculate. That is 36.5. Yeah, the highest we have had so far. It beat out the cave-aged holiday by 1 point. Barely. Such a good brand. Such a good bottle. Wish I could find a full-size bottle because, man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And if you guys don't know anything about Found North, look in the description below. I'll have a bunch of information about them, links to their website so you can get on their mailing list, all of the things. And I cannot thank them enough for coming on my podcast and talking to me and hanging out. We talked for longer than I feel like he wanted to, not in a bad way. We just, the conversation kept flowing, and it was amazing. And we will probably have them on again when they have future endeavors going out. So make sure you go find some Found North if you can find it. I actually have a sample that someone sent me. I think Doc from Old Fashioned Ways. He sent me over batch 9 sample. So I'm gonna be dipping into that here pretty quick as well. And I have another sample that Found North gave me that I really am enjoying, and it's the new one that's just coming out right now, and it is amazing. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Please think about liking, following, subscribing, doing all the algorithm-y things. I'm trying to get this channel to grow a little bit. We're hitting some good numbers right now where I'm trying my hardest for you to bring the best content. We got this new camera. We got this, we're doing different setups. I hope you enjoy it. I'm trying to make it cool and fun and get into some bottles that maybe somebody else isn't getting into. So if you like that type of content, and if you want to support monetarily, you can always go over to patreon.com/thewhiskeyshaman. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get in there and support this team. We got a good group of people over there that we're doing a lot of cool things. I release early podcasts and early episodes to them. So if you want in on that, go over there. And y'all be good. And until next time, you know what to do. Keep your spirits up. Peace out.